Welcome back to Phoenix Wright's Attorney. Let us continue with episode 5, where we go into the trial. And I don't even know if we have anything at all. We have a person that we're defending who's already pleading guilty, so that's going to be a tough one. I think they're pleading guilty only because they don't feel like they could get out of this situation. So they're just making it easier on the system to be like, okay, yep, I was guilty, whatever. I admit to everything. I killed a person, I did the thing. Let Edgeworth take the glory of taking me down or whatever. So that. But clearly they didn't do it. Clearly Edgeworth didn't do it because it was Edgeworth's car that was the murder scene. And his knife, that was the murder weapon. And there is a witness who claims to have seen her, the lead district attorney or something like that, stabbing the victim to death. So, yeah, there's a lot of bad here with very little clues that we have. I don't know if we have anything, to be fair. But I already know that the person who's going to be taking the stand and testifying as a witness already has a flaw in their statement. I'm pretty sure they said that they stabbed the person multiple times, or that the person was stabbed multiple times when they weren't. So there's at least that. And that's all I have to go on, as far as I know. So hopefully this will work out good. At the very least, she was willing to take me as the, or take Phoenix as the defense, instead of just trying to defend herself or something, or not even defending herself, just saying, yep, it's over, I'm done. How'd the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. What? The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Maya. But there is one decisive difference between you and her, and that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. I don't need luck. I need a lot of luck. My first trial without Faye helping me. Without a Faye. Any Faye. Whatever happened to their mother? We never solved that, actually. All we know is the Faye mother disappeared after everything that went down, and that's it. Like, she's never been heard from in like 15 years or something. Maybe we should investigate that. I know we're not an investigator, we're technically a defense attorney, but still, we have been doing literally the work of literally every single person. We might as well just go investigate. There's nothing stopping us. Especially when we were just, you know, not really taking clients or doing anything. No one's going to jail. No one's going to bail me out this time. Well, you gotta bail yourself out. And I mean, you do technically have the science girl here, so I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. You have her, this one. She got science on her side. So, science and anime, this one. Or at the very least, the one cartoon. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Okay. February 23rd at 10 a.m. Good old Edgeworth. Good old same judge, same judge. Never a different judge, always the same one. I guess there's only one judge here. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial, yeah. I hope that my personal feelings will not be part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Professional? Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-up queen. I've nice seen you somewhere. Oh, you order the caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before. I'm just really wolfing it down. And for you, I have the Fiesta Bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? And you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It's too early for our lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone worries about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. Is it actually? I thought it just tastes kind of like fish. Oh no, I don't think I've ever had it. Or even the fake caviar stuff. I've always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. Is that a thing? Pickled tapioca? The heck does pickled tapioca taste like? I don't know. I would expect it to taste like vinegary and tapioca-y. I've had tapioca before. Name, profession, now. Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running a lunch land these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Oh, of course. You know. I mean, we could take all the time we want, really. I don't think there's a limitation on how long a trial can last. The only limitation is how many days you have. So, I guess it's fine, I don't know. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. Really? Oh shit. What? Miss Starr was a detective? I know who you are. Cough up. Cough up Queen, Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see. Well, very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr. This is bad. This is looking real bad. Who is this lady? This is looking real bad. I think we lost this, guys. If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. Block A and Block B. Block A for the special people, Block B for the riffraff. Block A is for the prosecutor's office personnel. Block B is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutors' spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife, and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans, add to the court record. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended Chief Prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. Well, I mean, you can't agree, period, because it's a loss. If you do, you have to find something. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Starr. Wait, are they talking about me? Okay, let's see what you gotta say. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver Lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car? Okay. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Uh-oh. Bring a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point to your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay, what do I even have to go on? I think I'll have to press. Okay, I have a few things. I have Goodman's ID card. I have the badge. No, the trophy thing. This is the badge, right? Or is this just an ID card? I don't even know what this is supposed to be. It looks like the police department badge or something. Edward's knife that was used to murder. The parking ticket. I don't know if that's gonna help. I don't know why I have this. I assume it'll come in handy at some point. It's like Gumshoe's the murderer. I don't know. Death due to blood loss. One knife wound. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. What does within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. mean? So, an hour and a half before and or after 4 p.m.? So around 4 p.m.? When was the parking thing? Okay. Victim's memo, that's gonna be useless. Last call she made to her sister in the parking lot. Okay, let us press on the things. I don't know if pressing on this is even important. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic adherence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Huh. There is clearly history here. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I'm a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. On my way to deliver Lunchbox to my boyfriend. Okay. This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes. This boyfriend and that boyfriend are... and the other boyfriend. Okay. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot in A block. Didn't you just say that you saw it through the fence? You're in A block, and the murder takes place in A block, right? It's up on the second floor, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. Oh, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. Okay, that's why it's through the fence. Okay, so that part's fine then. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my blah blah blah. I'll press just to see what it says. You sensed something, so you're saying you had a premonition of the murder. It felt like, how do you say? Oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. Am I missing something? What does that even mean? When you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition. Wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. What? Young cheese? Pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn. Then I must be hard yellow and sharp as a tack. I guess so. Yeah, with the odor of old cheese to match. You shouldn't have said that out loud. In any case, there in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Okay. By garish car, you mean... Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it? Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. Yeah. And the person you saw, are you sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. She's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can, even if we don't have any proof. We can always nitpick. Witness. In your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms, ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh, rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crisp on the outside and chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. I believe I heard that tagline elsewhere. You could try plagiarism. I may be regulated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. Photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed a crime, my reflexes took over, and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. The moment of the crime as photographed by Angel Star. Unmistakably her, yes. Which is fine. It could be that the murder already happened, the body's already in the car, and she had just opened it? Though, what is on her jacket? This ain't looking good. So what was the defendant doing at the time? Chief Prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Well, she clearly wasn't by the evidence you just provided. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I mean, technically, she might have thrown it into the vehicle at that point in time. I don't remember where the knife was found. Well, I'd say that the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It's your knife, after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well-versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. Okay. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg, I mean a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. I don't know. You don't need your metaphors, just get on with it. So the defendant was holding a knife, then what? Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goldman's chest. I want to check to see if the knife... Traces of the victim blood, no print. There's a check. Yeah, but what I wanted to know is... where was the knife found? But I guess it doesn't matter. And she thrust the pointy end, blah blah blah. Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime while she was on the other side of the fence. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. So what do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Yeah, well, you had another one exactly like this. Almost identical in every way. In the other universe you were in, just recently. But don't smile like that. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. Well, okay. I'm gonna think now. Because now we do have the new thing, which we could use. I wanted to check one other thing, though. This one. Yeah, just one knife wound. I wanted to know the details of this. Cause of death, loss of blood from a chest wound. Yeah, well, it matches. 4.5-inch knife, single stab wound was found, yeah. Okay. We're not in a good place. Holding a knife in her right hand. Well, what does the picture show? Yeah, that'll work. The blood stain is in her right side, right? Yikes. And she thrust a pointy with a knife into the neck of a gun in chest. Okay. Holding a knife in her right hand. Well, what if I try to be like... I could do this. I don't know what else I would do. Do I go back through and press on stuff, or... Yeah, there's no prints on it, so it's not even like, okay, well, we could match with one hand or the other hand. There's nothing like that. I mean, by this point, she's already thrown the body in the car. I don't know if presenting this one would work. And you witness this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with a knife. As I already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunchbox. Or lunch. There's an entire sauce thing in there? I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is a photograph you took the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection? Okay. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yeah, it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright. How dare you, Edgeworth? I'm going to come over there and slap you. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. No? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? No, it's in black and white. But it's in black and white. It's a black and white photograph. Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problems here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Objection? I don't know what else to do. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Yes, exactly. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you ran out of lunch, your order is seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I guess. I don't know anymore. I don't have time to stop her. The prosecutor Sky was cold, calculated like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well... they're gloves, yes. Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. We're getting destroyed out there. This is bad. These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder is a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. Oh, here we go again. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves proves it. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves? The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. Yes, bad. She's got them all thinking this was all planned. She's got them thinking it was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. Only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright, we can make it. You said that before. Anything else? No? Scientifically speaking, flawless. Blah, blah, blah. What do you do? What is it? Is my sister guilty? I don't know anymore. The only new thing is this. I have, oh no, I have nothing else. Send something. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, I'm lost now. I don't know what I can do. No prints because gloves. This is Edgeworth's parking stub. It doesn't matter. This literally doesn't matter. Loss of blood, 1 knife wound, died within an hour and a half. Wait. Record of parking prosecutor's office lot. Entered lot at 5:12. Oh. It still fits within the time. I mean, technically, if this picture, where is it? If this picture had a timestamp on it, you'd know almost the exact time. Can I check it? Like, is there... There's nothing else I can do with it. Oh, jeez. No, get back, get back. $5.18. $5.12. Their ID, I don't know if that matters. Yeah, what am I supposed to do now? So this is meaningless. On my way to deliver lunchboxes to my boyfriend. Boyfriend number like 3 or something, I don't know. When I sent something, perhaps it was my finally home, blah blah blah. The murder was planned. Ah. I don't know, I'm just gonna press. It's all the same stuff. Yeah, nothing else matters. There has to be something with this, the murder was planned part. And the rubber gloves proves it. Like, how can we prove that it wasn't planned? What is this here? I drove the car here. Security room. I don't even know how you're supposed to get from this side to that side. If you're trying to visit your boyfriend, you parked over here or something. You need to get over here. Do you have to like walk outside and around, or is there like a door somewhere in here? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Details, details. Yeah, this does line up. The barrels in the background and all of that. That is quite literally right here, with this weird wall thing here. Huh. Well, I mean, why wouldn't it line up? It was all a setup. Person was already stabbed and in the trunk already. I don't know why she had some kind of stain on her coat, but I'm pretty sure it was all set up in this way. Somebody called her out to go to this vehicle, and when she opened it with the gloves on, because she didn't want to contaminate the scene, she found the body, and that's when she was caught. Because it was all a setup. But I have nothing that I can think of that can work here. How do I be like, it wasn't planned? Or that the rubber gloves do not prove it? This is literally the only thing I could present anything on. So, unless there is something else. Wait, okay, please. Please. Somehow I was new, blah, blah, blah. Might as well press on this one because this is a thing. Entrance car. I literally just did this, didn't I? Gloves were admitted as evidence. Where is that evidence? It's not in my court records. Yeah. Okay, calm yourself. Yeah, okay. There has to be one of these pieces of evidence has to be like, it wasn't planned. I just don't know which. Gloves all planned. Gloves all planned. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you in my evidence list? Oh, between 4 and 5:30, not like before and after was 4 to 5:30. I should have just said that. No, this doesn't help. That'll come in handy sometime later. I don't know. Yeah, oh no. Yeah, I'm just gonna ring this right in the courtroom. I don't need to push this again. What's wrong? You look like I do during finals. Never mind, it's nothing. I'm surprised there was actually a thing that played out there. Like, I'm 100% missing something because I don't see it. Like, maybe it'll be obvious once I find it? Like, this is the only thing I could think of to even use at all. Like, this proves that it wasn't premeditated because she would have no way of knowing when Edward's car would return here because it entered at 5:12. I don't know. She would have no way to guarantee that the car would even be there. Unless car enters at 5:12, she calls the person over, they get there between 5:12 and 5:30, and then the murder takes place immediately at that point? Like, I don't know. I have no idea. It makes sense with the knife. Premeditated because, you know, you took somebody else's knife to try to pin it on them, you used somebody else's car to try to pin it on them or whatever, or hide it using that. You're wearing the gloves because of that. I don't know, let's just try this, let's just see. Yeah, this isn't the right one. It does. I don't see any contradiction, really. Objection overruled. Try to think before you say stupid stuff. Oops, that didn't go so well. Well, it ain't that one. Like, do I present the exact same one again and just be like, no? Gloves prove it. No, it doesn't. Oh no, present it. This is wrong again. The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Unfortunately, I have to penalize you, Mr. Wright. Well, there goes another 2. Must be on the wrong track. Yeah, for sure. We're on the wrong track, but I don't know where the right track is. So we're just gonna present stuff and hope. This one. This one somehow. Why? Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell lunchboxes for a living, you know? That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Edward's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? A bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belong to the prosecutor there. The defendant is chief prosecutor. Prosecutors bad people. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What is that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Oh. This makes sense, I think. But I don't know where we're gonna go from here. Because if it was all premeditated, you would have come with your own knife. Something that's untraceable or whatever, or isn't linked to somebody else. Versus, it seems like that knife was found right in the trunk or something like that, I think. But I don't know. I don't know. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, Why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk. Yeah, happened to be in the trunk of the car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Order, order, order. Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. No, she isn't. We're a long ways away. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. Oh, what? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail, but this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah. Oh, the prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is the lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing that the prosecution needs to prove, nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you. My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? She's trying to pin this as premeditated, when it wasn't. Well, it was, but it was either her that did it, or she got one of her boyfriends to do it. I'm thinking this is an entire revenge story right here. To kill one detective using a prosecutor, and have another prosecutor be the main prosecutor prosecuting the other prosecutor. And take them all down, all of the terrible people that would disappear evidence and stuff. Lana Skye intended to murder the Detective Goodman. Okay. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. There we go. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound like a premeditation, doesn't it? So if I order pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Thank you. I got this one at least. I know what to do here. Oh jeez. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. Well, that's just your opinion. You said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, rookie. I believe what you just said was a mere prelude to this story she's about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again. It's my job to interrupt her, rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. Something half-baked here again is you. Something's half-baked here, all right. And it's you, is what that said. Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Her actions speak for themselves. But she called the victim... Oops. What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you would. Of course you don't, because she didn't have a grudge. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See? We agree, there is a lunchbox there, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. The judge isn't very good with metaphors. The suspect has a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. Nothing else to drive a human machine to plunge a knife in again and again. Let me go back. And press on this one because I forgot to do that. You have no proof that Miss Sky called him there. You have no proof that she didn't. Mr. Edgeworth's thoughts? There's no record of a call made on the defendant, Miss Lana Sky's phone. You might have written him a letter. Come on. You could have tried public phone first at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. I'm sure you had a reason to be there. Witness? Okay, and then it continues. Okay, now I can do that thing. Again and again. Again and again. Here you are. Present. You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise, that doesn't look good. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Star. Well, what do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Uh-huh, you're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. Okay. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. What? What do you mean? Like when she first pulled back? The red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. The red what now? A red muffler? Yeah, it's like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can easily... she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose? He's right. Guy was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait. Isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. A judge with a bib? That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. Well, actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance. Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her ability as a detective really set her off. The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, the more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer. Well, technically, yes. You are correct. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Okay, something muffler. Is she even wearing that here? No, she isn't. She just straight up isn't in the picture that you provided. Miss Starr, I demand... Okay. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. Well, what? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But what? That can't be. Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. Was my objection chopped livered? Yeah. But it was there, a scarf. No, that but that's something red, really. Well, now where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. Well, what? Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. Most important part? The part where your sister stabbed the victim. The next testimony might be the moment of truth. Will it be? Will the next part even matter? If we can't deal with the previous part? After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Oh yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel's star, resistance is futile. You're quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. And that's me, Angel Star. You're gonna be arrested at the end of all this. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. Oh, really? No, thanks. Note to self. Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. Isn't everybody? The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum. Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Oh, very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Oh, jeez. Okay, we'll press on each of the things. So, where is this partition on the floor plans? I'm sure she meant this wall next to the car. That's right. There's a wall there about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said. I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details. Yes, of course. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was... Ooh, we're getting to see even more. She was a visitor, thus she was parked in Block B. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes? Is that correct, Miss Star? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. Went over it, of course. Amazing. A Kava Queen lunch lady athlete indeed. Would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. She couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? Do I press on this one? Did you mention the muffler, or what exactly did she say? If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. No, you wouldn't have. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word? So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? You can't mean... Ask further. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory is like a salmon headed upstream, you see. And no, the court doesn't see, Miss Star. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall, but it wasn't working, right? Apparently it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing. Witness? Okay. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should of course add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Updated. The word muffler was heard? Okay. I saw it all. How she tried the phone on the wall, but had to use her cell instead. Can I press on that? Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. Chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. She pulled out her own cell phone. She pulled out her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. And then I boldly grabbed her arm. The chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this. What is it, Mr. Wright? But resistance is futile. Well, I can press on this one just to see what she says. You made it to escape. Can you be more specific? She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pate of this. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. Not even gonna try, huh? She even kicked over an oil drum at me. Oil drum? There was an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime. But it's strange. What's that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she just run the other way? The parking lot entrance. That's right. Doesn't make any sense she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent, more mysteries. Wish we could solve them before finding more, though. So Miss Sky tried to run. Sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright. Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. Well, I'm sure she didn't do it, but... I wonder if that's even true. Because I could check this. I could quite literally just go in and press the damn button. I forget what it did, though. Well, you already checkmarked. Need to push this again. What's wrong? Yeah, but I want to know what it said. If it had like a recording or something of the last call. I guess not. I don't know if I could do anything with that. Yeah, you saw it all, huh? Okay. Let me give you the floor plans again. Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, who together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Star? This is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How can you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Order, order. What's the meaning of this? I don't know, she's lying. It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies. Nice one. Haha, got her. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me to a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about what she saw, where she saw it, the order of events. Oh, jeez. All of it? Well, not where she saw it, but the first and the last one makes sense. Though, if she was on that side of the parking lot anyways, the order of events wouldn't matter. What she saw, I'm just gonna go with that one. She lied about what she saw, in other words. She didn't see Miss Sky using that emergency phone. Does seem hard to imagine how she could have. Very logical. What's the matter, Star? And Cat got your lunchbox? Mr. Wright? I hate to bother you while you're celebrating your victory, but why would Miss Star lie like that? Huh? Why would you say that my sister had tried to use the phone, but failed? Doesn't make any sense. Why lie about something so insignificant? Oh, dang, she's right. I mean, maybe she really did see her try to use the emergency phone. I see no room for doubt here. You ordered pootie on rice? I don't know what this means. Mr. Wright? And I thought you had something there. I thought so too. One more try. Well, the order of events is the only other thing. What she saw, where she saw it. Well, unless this means where she was. But the order of events... Order of events? Before the murder. I see. I hadn't thought of that. That took the wind out of her sails. Mr. Wright? Uh-oh. Oh, please, no. Orange peel lunchbox, right? Before evidence. Okay, fine, fine. It is the other one. One more try. Well, we only have one more try, or we're doing this all over again. Please. Where she saw it. This guy tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Yes. Unless she just wanted to, I don't know. Pointless to lie, I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone, it would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location. Yes, up in the thing. A different location. Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? That's the one direction. The place where witness a crime was here, in the security room. Oop. This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room. Indeed, the security guard room is the underground parking lot, is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in Lot A, or in Block A. The only place where she could have seen the crime, and the back of the partition, is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star? How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man got the better of Angel Star. Order, order. Witness? What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished, and I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright? Doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? Doesn't make sense, huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. No, she couldn't. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells us all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. Who took this photo? When's the time of this photo? The truth still stands. No, it don't. Still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, what? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Eh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Oh geez, this is gonna be tough. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. Must make a vital difference, but what would change? Oh, I'm gonna get screwed here. Difference in lighting doesn't matter. Distance of the crime kinda matters. But I don't think so. Angle? Why, the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change. The angle? What do you mean? Well, the security guard station is on the second floor, and, she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime. And this is important. Why? Oh, jeez. Perhaps you'd like to reconsider, Mr. Wright. Nope, we're going to guilty. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Okay. Guilty. Oh, jeez. We're gonna have to go through that all over again. Damn it. Oh. Okay. Court is adjourned. Whatever. Oh, man. Okay, I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna get back to there. Okay, we are back to this choice. So I tried the angle argument, and the angle argument didn't work. So either distance to the crime or difference in lighting. So it must make a vital difference, but what would change from that? Obviously the angle would change, but why would that matter? The distance to the crime would change, obviously. But does that matter at all? A difference in lighting. I guess there might be a difference in lighting, but the only other thing that even makes any sense is the distance of the crime, so we'll try that one. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how this would change what she could see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? A witness? You. Yes. You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh, boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Oh, boysenberry for the boyfriend? He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed a crime from the glass-walled station. And then before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene, but the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Okay. That's why I had to go through the visitor's parking lot in Block B. That's quite a detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. For 5 minutes? This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it, I have photographic evidence. No, you don't. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have evidence to stop this? Raise an objection, obviously. 5 minutes between witnessing the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time if you like it al dente. Al dente? I think that's how you say that. I don't remember how you actually say that. We've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey. Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. I'm questioning the damn judge now. I'm gonna take the judge down one day. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Miss Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Okay. Well then, it seems we come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant, and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the Kaffa Queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Oh, jeez. Hold it? Who's holding it? Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one you tried to hoist off on me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is it another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star. This is your jumbo lunchbox. Whoa, a triple-decker! Out of defense to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time? Okay, decisive evidence. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? There was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch decisive evidence, and decisive evidence needs. Okay, fine. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, 3. How many do you have in total? 3 plus a security guard? I don't know. Well, the security guard works in forensics as well, I think. I don't remember. I don't remember. There's a security guard, there's a photograph person, there's a blood tester person, I don't know, forensics or something. I can't accept this as evidence. Oh, what? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Were we following those rules in all the previous trials? I don't know. I pulled stuff out of my pocket. It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really. I probably should. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Victim shoe now added. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness for the 8th time. Okay. Oh geez, this is a lot. Should have mentioned... well, why didn't you? Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimony, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This one, the suspect is admitting she did it. But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with. And not bring this up. And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime. I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe is my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I can't see it, the text box is in the way. Actually, your hands are folded anyways, so it wouldn't matter. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you remove valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. So you brought it into the forensics department? If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensic expert. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And the blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. How? Can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about a blood test, rookie. No? Well, speak up. Well... blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with the blood tests out there. Which means we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. I can press on this one, but I don't know if it matters. Can't let us go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she's in enough hot water to make the whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem. This is crucial. This is critical, I mean. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? Well, there has to be. I'm not imagining things. I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence, a clear contradiction. I don't know what it might be. I don't know. I guess we'll play along and see what happens. A gleam in your eye, you're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. I don't know what the hell to present. I didn't even get to look at the damn shoe before. I don't think... I wonder if he noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. There'll be blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense, the victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about the blood on the bottom of the shoe? No blood on the ground? I don't know. This one? The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't there any bloody footprints found at the scene of the crime? As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor. There should have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order. Well, witness? What, huh? Where are you going, Mr. Wright? But it's true that the lack of footprints is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why wasn't a footprint? Why wasn't there a footprint? Oh. That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Yeah, I don't know. Just good at finding contradictions. What? I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped there, and there is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about, and why are you acting defense attorney? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hand aside and kicked over an oil drum. Deadly predator, that one. I thought that was a strange thing for her, for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the Lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor, who was brimming with water. Water? It washed away the stuff? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? You don't mean. Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to the murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's the prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe. Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please. Wait, what can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But... enough. There's no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor? Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water. The court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Hold it from who? Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution side? Oh, well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hit Evans by erasing the bloody footprint. Well... I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Oh, wait. Witness, don't tell me you have something else. The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments, and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the Cockle Queen. Look at this. A photograph? I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo. Huh. Hey, it's clearly wet. Actually, I can't see. I thought I understood, but, we're like somewhere else. This is somewhere up. Oh, here we are. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. Not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this was what your sister wanted anyways. No, there's something else here, isn't there? I'm sorry, Maya and Mia, both of you. I couldn't help alternate universe Maya or Mia. Lana or Emma. Right. Wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Okay? Get yourself up out the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. Okay. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Objection? There we go. Your Honor, wait. What is with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? No. Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it'll be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, Wright, are you saying there's a problem with this last piece of evidence? Yeah. I'll think later. Well, yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we could give every claim a fair shake. Well, Mr. Wright, very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photo. I would like to see the other evidences, but... I don't even know if we could tell which shoe it were. What the hell is this? It's... this, right? It wasn't on that thing. The parking thing that parks your car up. Well, it's probably here, don't you think? No. As your elder, Mr. Wright, let me give you some advice. Okay, let me check the court record. That's what I wanted. Actually, I can't even tell where it were. What else is there? Check this. Yeah, it's on this thing and not this thing, right? Any point something, at least remember to keep your eyes open. Believe me, he's trying to say there's no one faulting you for bluffs, Mr. Wright. Think scientifically, I'm trying. Once we come this far, blah blah blah. Okay. Oh, I'm not being penalized this time. Well, there is something weird here. I don't know what the hell this is. I don't know what the hell this is. I don't know what's going on anymore. I do want to click on stuff since I'm not being penalized, so let's just see what happens. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor? You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also part of a car or a motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see, and I see. What's that suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing, absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. Or what? Let us hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case. Well, technically the cell phone thing in the muffler. Yeah, it was updated to have that. Okay, perfect. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler? Arg. Yarg. Couldn't it be that the muffler you heard mentioned... Could it be the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh, ho, ho. Now what? Well, it seems we have to suspend the proceedings. Okay, we'll just stop here then. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any questions unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Yeah, that was close. Does that mean we wait another day, or... At least for now. Or it's like a 5-minute recess, go do the thing and come back. Okay, yeah, 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. He's still hungry? Oh, it's a to be continued? Does that mean there's no investigation in between? Yeah, I'll save my progress. I guess when we click on this, we'll see if it's trial or investigation. Trial latter half, okay. We will end this episode here because it's getting kind of late. So, I kind of wanted to blaze through the next part because it's going to be trial part 1 and then 30 minutes later trial part 2 without us getting, well, we'll get more evidence technically because of whatever they find in the car muffler. But we quite literally have nothing else and all the evidence keeps coming out of her lunchboxes. So, this is an interesting one. But either way, leave a like, hit the subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like, and I'll see everybody in the next episode, where maybe we'll find out what happened here, or maybe not. Because there could still be a day 2 investigation, then a day 3 trial, or something like that. Or is it a day 3 investigation, and then trial? I don't know. Either way, I'll leave this episode here.
Objection!